Hello, everyone. My name is Bria Harris, and for my LIS 640 Information and Organization Access project, I researched the Library of Congress genre and form terms. So to get started here's the introduction to the Library of Congress genre and form terms. So it was said in 2007, the Library of Congress genre and forms terms was basically in development. So what this means is this project wanted to take on part of the library community that recognized the utility and values of the terms that wanted the Library of Congress to create a genre and form thesaurus. With that being said, the policy and standard division determined that each discipline should be handled as a separate project. And as you can see, here's a picture down here of what the genre and form terms are, the genre and form terms are. So here are the 9 areas of the genre terms that have been completed. Here, number one is the artistic and visual works, the cartographic materials, genre materials in which are dictionaries and encyclopedias, law materials, literature, movie images, film and television programs, music, non-musical sound recording radio programs, and religious materials. So what is the Library of Congress genre and form terms? Well, let's see. So here I say the Library of Congress genre and form terms identifies as a standalone vocabulary that can be used in a conjunction, subject heading, subscription catalog code. Genre and form can also be well described as categories of resources known to conventions. So basically, what the theme can refer to is creative works that denote common rhetorical devices that usually combine the elements such as the plot and the setting. With these characteristics, it could include terms from the Library of Congress genre and form terms such as ethnicity, nationality, other characteristics from behavior, intended audience, time period of creation, and geographic location. So the broader terms and narrow terms. So with these similarities between broader and narrow terms is they both display the hierarchical relationship. The narrow terms display a subgroup of a class that is represented by the broader terms. And with that being said, the broader terms is basically authorized in a preferred heading that is broader and a definition in the scope. And a narrow term indicates a specific term or a member of a class in a controlled vocabulary. So here are some broader and narrow term examples. Example of broader terms: commemorative works, creative nonfiction, derivative works, discursive works, literature, poetry, motion pictures, sound recordings, and television programs. While the narrower terms relays examples like poetry, religious poetry, peace psalms, bread, and hot dog rolls. And here is an example below. It's just describing broader and narrower terms, which are broader terms is to be described to define more general information, while narrow terms is to find more specific information. Related terms references. So related terms references display the associated relationship with the terms that are mentally associated at a higher degree. That is desirable to provide a link between them to indicate the other term that may be of interest in the user. These terms tend to be somewhat interchangeable or have meanings to overlap the extinct. Here are some related term examples. So with the census data is a study of every unit, group, everything in population to complete with information, which this is an example of a related term. The vital statistics give examples of populations such as number of births, deaths, marriages, or age population based on a country, which is an example of a related term, which is like basically like if you see on Statistica or a chart. Scope nodes. Scope notes are the definitions that help catalogers maintain the consistency when assigning a term. Scope notes help the users determine whether the term covers materials they are researching. So get this, when it comes to scope notes, the term can be unfamiliar when it comes to users, or the reference source can disagree on the meaning of a term and must be defined by the Library of Congress genre form terms. So here are some example of scope notes. Official gazettes, which is the essence official journals that promulgated laws that often include regulations, public notices, and other official announcements. Peep shows, essence short films intended to be viewed through a smaller hole or magnifying glass. Military films, SM films that feature military style and loyalty to armed forces and its codes and generally set during peacetime. The war films, which are SM films that feature military conflicts, films featuring the military lifestyle and loyalty to the armed forces and the code during the military era. Revised genre forms. So marked distribution services, the genre forms are distributed in this fee-based subscription by providing new and updated records during a weekly bias to supplement the subject of authority records. So with the monthly list, the new and improved change genre forms that are posted on the World Wide Web that has free subscription to the monthly list via email or RSS feed. The classification web, the genre terms features can be seen in the World Wide Web service that also provides the Library of Congress subject headings, the Library of Congress medium performance thesaurus of music, and the Library of Congress demographic group terms, and Library of Congress classification. The revised genre forms continued. So with LC authorities, the genre forms included the LC authorities. The LC authorities is basically a free web-based database that allows patrons to browse, display, and download a Mark 21 format of the authority records. With the LS, the LC linked data service, the genre form terms can also be linked to the LC data service that also features browsing, displays, and bulk download in various formats of the authority records. So basically, this is the end of my presentation, but I would like to show you an example of what I of examples of genre form terms. So here is an example of the genre form terms. Apparently there's 106 pages. I will not go through all of them, but going through this PDF will give you a list of examples of genre form terms that either they're either a BT, a broader term, or a narrow term, or used as a narrow term. Let's say, for example, canons, which is music, is a broader term in arts and a narrow term in round music. So I feel like this is interesting to look at, and I would recommend if you want to learn more about genre forms and terms. Thank you so much for everybody for listening to my presentation. I look forward to seeing you all's presentations. Bye. Have a nice day.